This is Newsbreak 26 in southwest New Brunswick. I'm VICKI Hogarth. Here's what's happening in our part of the world. A petition signed by over 900 Canadians asking for support from the federal government for a year-round ferry to Campobello Island will be brought to the House of Commons this September by its sponsor, MP John Williamson of New Brunswick Southwest.
Last week we were able to secure the number of petitioners we needed to have it first sanctioned by Parliament, which now means it's an authorized petition. You need 500 signatures minimum. And what this means is that it allows me to table this petition in Parliament in September when we go back, and this will prompt a reply from the federal government on the petition, which is why it's important. It's not just petition for the sake of tabling it in Parliament, which that's important as well, but it should prompt a response from the federal government, which I think is important just to get a better sense of what they're thinking and where they're going to go with this important initiative.
Campobello currently relies on a bridge to Lubec, Maine to access the mainland when the seasonal ferry is out of service. This has become problematic during the COVID-19 pandemic, with tightened international borders making it more challenging for islanders to travel through the U.S. for non-essential purposes, and limiting access to the island for non-residents to the summer months when the seasonal ferry is in service. This petition is a critical next step in securing a year-round ferry. Williamson and the Higgs government are in agreement that securing a year-round ferry for Campobello Island will need to be a partnership between the federal and provincial governments.
Now that we have both levels of government that have indicated their willingness to work together, Premier Blaine Higgs said he was open to it with help from the federal government. And last year, in some questioning about the U.S. mail dispute, or pardon me, Canada Post mail dispute running through the U.S. that was being searched, the federal government, in some questioning for me in Parliament, indicated for the very first time they would be open to a partnership as well. So all the arrows are pointing in the right direction now. But as I say, Ottawa funds plans, doesn't fund ideas. So we need a plan now, and once we have that plan, we'll begin to promote it, and that will be the next big step, I think.
There's an exciting new addition to the lineup of Charlotte County events in 2020. The first ever St. Stephen Ribfest will take place this September.
The people who host Ribfest in St. John and Fredericton and Moncton have received their permits from the provincial government to enter the province. It will be done in a slightly different format than perhaps we're all used to, but St. Stephen was able to secure a spot on that lineup for September 11th and 12th. So we're hoping people can come by and get their ribs, and we're waiting to see what community guidelines allows us to do to see if we can time some other things to happen at the same time.
The social car club Corvettes of Southern New Brunswick had a socially distant meetup over the weekend, parading through the streets of St. Andrews in their collector's sports cars. The Corvette Enthusiast Club, made up of about 40 Corvette owners and their significant others, meet every couple of weeks to explore a different part of New Brunswick in their cars while still respecting social distancing guidelines.
Normally, if it wasn't in COVID time, we would have shows where we would basically put the cars on display. But because of that, it was not a show. It was strictly a cruise. So people could come and look at them if they wanted, but with social distancing, we make a point of not getting a lot of people together in the same space.
Nova Scotia's Bluenose II will anchor in Grand Manan on the afternoon of Sunday, August 2nd, and will stay there overnight in honor of the New Brunswick Day long weekend. The iconic schooner is sailing into ports and harbors around the East Coast this July and August as part of the Bluenose II Sail Past Summer Tour, meant as a symbol of strength and resilience for all Canadians, and to serve as a reminder that, with all storms, the sun will shine again. That's all the news I have for you. For more stories and online exclusives, follow us on Facebook at CHCO.TV.
A news and public affairs production of CHCO-TV, New Brunswick's only source for independent community television.